Imagine dating someone for 3 months. Things are going great. You're vibing. You're building something real. And then the question comes up. What is your body count? And the answer is 22. Now your mindset starts racing, baby. Is that a lot? Should I be worried? Does someone's past predict their future? Today on Mike Manifestations Podcast, guys, we're talking about it all. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, guys. So is 22 a lot? Some of you might say yes, some of you say no. But anyways, what's going on, everybody? And welcome back to Mike Manifestations Podcast, where we talk about real life, real relationships, and real situations people are dealing with every single day. If you're new here, my name is Ben, and this is Mike Manifestations Podcast. It's all about honest conversation that people feel uncomfortable having when they're conversations, but they're conversations we need to have. Before we jump into today's topic, I just want to say thank you to everyone supporting the podcast. We are now at 531 subscribers, which means we are officially halfway to our goal of 1,000 subscribers. And that growth has been happening because of you guys. So if you're enjoying the conversation today, make sure you guys hit that like the episode, subscribe to the channel, share the podcast with someone who might need to hear this discussion. Now, before we get into today's Mic Drop Confessions, I want to shout out our sponsor supporting the podcast. So today's sponsor, guys, is brought to you by Print Vortex. This episode is also supported by Print Vortex. They're a small startup 3D business creating custom print items, trinkets, and unique designs. So if you're someone who loves creative 3D printed pieces, whether it's collectibles, desk items, gifts, or custom designs, Print Vortex is building some really cool stuff. Let me grab some for you real quick. Baby, come get some of Freddie G's loving. We gonna party tonight. Bring everybody you know. A jumbo party ignite. This roofer down to the floor. A West Coast party. Bring everybody tonight. All right, so as you can see, here's some not a Dodger fan, but they're LA Dodger Bath and Body soap holders. So they got some Dodger ones. So all my Angel fans, they got some Angel ones. And then pretty much any team you like. They also had some Cardinals, St. Louis Cardinals ones, some Texas Ranger ones. But yeah, they make everything pretty much, for your Stanley Cups, trinkets and stuff like that. Your Stanley toppers. Yeah, and anything custom. If you have a special request or a custom idea, you can reach out and they can work with you on the creating it. You can check out their Etsy page, Print Vortex. The link will be in the description below, guys. And something really cool about what we're doing here on Mike Manifestations Podcast is supporting small businesses. So if you're a small business owner and you're looking for exposure or would like to sponsor an episode of the podcast, you can also reach out. We'd love to hear support. We'd love to help support your business as well. All right. So anyways, now let's get back into today's Mic Drop Confessions, guys. thanks for tuning in. Like I said, small businesses, send those supports, send those sponsorships in, and we'll go ahead and get you on the show. So with this, all right, it's time for Mic Drop Confessions, guys. So we got, so this is the segment where listeners send in their real situations, questions, or dilemmas they're dealing with, drama, and, with relationships, life decisions, personal struggles, things that they want honest feedback on, And as you guys know, Mic Manifestations don't sugarcoat shit. We tell it like it is. But everything is anonymous, and the goal is just real talk. So today's Mic Drop Confessions comes from someone named Jose. So Jose wrote in. So we selected Jose to get him on the show here, go over his scenario. So Jose writes in, he says, "Hey Ben, I've been dating my girlfriend for about 3 months now, and things have been going really well." So what's the problem, bro? Recently, the conversation about body count came up, meaning how many people you've been with sexually or in a relationships. She told me her number was 22. And that kind of surprised me. I've only been with 3 women in my life. So now I'm wondering, is that a lot? Should I be worried about her cheating on me? And is it different when men have high body count versus women? If you guys feel brave, go ahead and put in your body count in the description, in the comments. Let me know what your body count is. But with this, Jose, first off, I appreciate you writing in, because this is actually a conversation a lot of people are having in relationships right now. They're just usually, they just usually don't talk about it openly. And let's be real, when someone asks that question, what's your body count? Sometimes people aren't actually prepared to hear the answer, right? Especially if it's high. You're like, God damn, who'd I get involved with, But yeah, we're not prepared to answer it. Or why does this question come up? There's a lot of reasons people ask this question. Some people ask out of curiosity. Some people ask because they're comparing. And some people ask because they're trying to understand someone's past to figure out if their values align with each other, So is 22 a lot? Let me know in the comments, guys. Now, Jose, the number itself is relative. For some people, 22 might sound like a lot. For other people, depending on their age and lifestyle, it might not sound that unusual at all. But here's the key point. A number doesn't define someone's loyalty. It only tells you about experiences they've had before you entered their life. So all that was in the past, bro. I don't think she had 22 within the last week or so. If she did, then run, bro, run. Why this bothers people? What often triggers people isn't the number itself, it's the comparison. You've only been with 3 people. She's been with 22. So naturally, your brain starts asking questions like, am I just another number? Was she more adventurous before? Was she a hoochie mama? Does this say something about her commitment? Those thoughts are normal, but they aren't always accurate. The whole man versus women double standard For a long time, society judged this topic very differently. You know, back in my days, anyways, men with high body count were often praised. Like, damn, macaroni. You know, women with high body counts were judged. Like, damn, she's a hoochie ass. But the reality in relationships and dating culture have changed a lot over the years. You know, people meet more people, date more, they explore more, and everyone's journey is a bit different. You know, but what actually matters, you know, what matters more than someone's body count is, are they loyal? Are they loyal now? Do they respect you? Are they honest? Do they treat the relationship seriously? You know, someone with a body count of 2 could cheat. Someone with the body count of 22 could be completely loyal. You know, the number alone doesn't predict behavior. You know, they may have been going through some issues back in the past, you know, self-esteem issues or anything like that, where they were pretty much just going wild, you know, wilding out, you know. But instead of asking, is 22 too many? The better question is, how does she treat me now? You know, because the past tells you where someone has been, but the actions today tell you who they really are. You know, like I said, they could have been wild back in the days, going through some issues, insecurities, or whatever the case may be. You know, now they got their head on straight, you know, so everything's changed. They're loyal. They're, you know, everything you would want in a woman, you know. But anyways, with that, guys, I want to hear from you guys in the comments. Do you think body count matters in relationships? Is it different when men have a high body count versus women? Or do you think the past should stay in the past? You know, like I said, personally, I think, you know, like I said, like I said earlier, body count for guys back in the days, they were praised, you know. If you had a high body count, man, you were a pimp. You were you were Casanova, whatever you want to call it, you know. But if you were a woman and you had a high body count, they're like, man, that girl gets around. She's a hoochie. She's a this. She's a that, you know. And again, with this, guys, and again, if you guys enjoy the conversation we're having here on Mike Manifestations Podcast, make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe to the channel, guys. And make sure you guys share it with someone who might need to hear this conversation. So like I said, we're currently at 531 subscribers. You know, halfway to 1,000. With your help, we'll keep building this community. You know, don't be afraid to send in your thoughts and so forth, guys. You know, like I said, everything's anonymous. We talk about it here, you know, and I'll leave you guys with this thought. You know, a person's past may shape their story. Let me say that again. A person's past may shape their story, but their choices today define who they really are. You know? So, you know, you can't just judge them by that body count, bro. So with that, guys, like I said, this has been another episode of Mike Manifestations Podcast. Thank you to everyone who continues to listen, who continues to support the show, and send in your mic drop confessions, my bad. And don't forget to check out Print Vortex on Etsy. The link is in the description as well. And remember, stay human. Catch you guys on the next one, baby. We out. Peace. We're gonna have that West Coast party, baby. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Hit that like, hit that subscribe on the way out if you haven't already done so. Catch you guys on the next one, baby. We out. Peace.